Hi, this is Nancie Barwick. She is a PhD, and Nancie has a very interesting experience in her life. One of the things, Nancie, you are what type of therapist are you?
I'm a hypnotherapist. My doctorate's in clinical hypnotherapy.
Okay, and one of the things, too, is that you are a magnificent dancer. You've won many competitions. But that's not exactly why we're discussing this, because, Nancie, you had a health issue.
I did.
And it was from birth that you had this problem?
It's something you're born with. I noticed it first at the age of 1.
And it was
Muscular dystrophy.
Muscular dystrophy. Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm. It's been a long afternoon.
That's okay. It's been a long afternoon for both of us.
And you're walking today.
I am.
You are dancing.
I am.
You're traveling, and you are in good health.
I am, actually.
How did you get from that stage where you had the challenge of, well, it was my understanding that you were actually in a wheelchair.
I was in a wheelchair. I had a scooter-style wheelchair, which gave me the freedom to travel and to do things. And there is nothing wrong with having one when you need one. But life is a lot easier without that need.
Yes. And right now, do you have any issue with the MS?
MD. No.
MD.
Muscular dystrophy.
Muscular dystrophy.
It's so long ago. It's 10 years ago now.
We've just forgotten all about it completely.
No, I have no issue with it at all.
How did you get from the state of having MD? I got it right there. Good. Well, you're just so healthy and wonderful now. It's hard for me to even envision you with this. How did you get from the state of having MD to where you are now, where you are dancing, winning contests, traveling? What did you do to overcome this health issue?
Okay, well, I did not actually do anything with a medical doctor.
Okay.
I started with medical doctors, and they would whip out their pad, whip out their pen, and say, I thought they were taking my drink order. They'd say, what narcotics would you like? And I thought, none, thank you. And I said, oh, none, thank you, because I was raising teenagers. You need to be on your toes.
And what,
so that's what I didn't do.
Okay.
What I did do is, as a hypnotherapist, I had the pleasure of meeting one of our colleagues, Patty Conklin, who is a medical intuitive, and I just met this lovely blonde woman one day who walked over to me and said, what brand of chair is that? Because at the time her spouse was her husband was disabled. And we discussed that, and we discussed our kids, and we didn't discuss, I can heal you.
Okay.
Which is good. And I went to her workshops and found out what she does, which is medical intuition. And Patty devised a process called the Conklin method cellular cleansing, which is about 8 hours or 5 hours in a group. It works faster in a group because the way the energy bounces off of each other. It's awesome. It involves hypnosis, neurolinguistic programming, NLP, and intuitive energy work. It does not involve touching people. Okay. And after knowing Patty for a while, I decided I wanted to do this. And at first, I wasn't ready. And when I was ready, I said, Patty, it's time. And she said, time for what? She knew.
So, if I understand this correctly, then you were using a non-invasive, non-touch energy therapy using hypnosis, neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, and the energy therapy with at a cellular level.
Yes.
Can you give me an idea of how long the transformation took between being in your walker to where you were without walker?
Without anything.
Without anything.
Well, we did it in 2 days. We did one evening for a couple of hours, and then the next day, about lunchtime, Patty went to get us some sushi. And when she came back, I said, "What kind of soda do you want?" And she said, "Oh, I don't need soda. Water's fine." I said, "No, Patty, what kind of soda do you want?" So she said whatever it was, diet whatever. And I walked out of the door and down the hall in the hotel.
Wow, that is just absolutely amazing.
And I had scooted by, and I knew where the soda machine was. So I went down there, and I got a couple of drinks, and I came back. Walking down the center of the corridor, not leaning on the wall or anything like that, because prior to this, I could walk short distances leaning on something.
Exactly.
A wall, a cane, anything.
But totally on your own.
Totally on my own.
Wow.
That day I was able to stand on one foot for a short time. The next morning I took the wheelchair home because you don't leave something like that in a hotel room.
Exactly.
I brought it home, left it in the car, walked up the front steps to my house for the first time.
Wow.
And not up the ramp in the garage. Walked up the front steps to my house with a suitcase. Got in the house and left the wheelchair in the car. 4 days later, I put it in the garage. And a year later, at my husband's request, I kept it. A year later, I gave it to the mother of a friend, a mother who was elderly.
Right.
And it gave her the freedom to go shopping.
Which is very, very wonderful of you. The thing
I was 10 years old.
Well, then, 10-year-old, if you could.
She got use out of it for a couple of years, and then she purchased something else. But yes, she was able to use it for a couple of years.
You know, this sounds to me like a miracle. It is a miracle because I'm sitting here talking to you and I watched you. You're walking around. I know that you have. I've seen. You won the dancing competitions. Is this a typical type of result with using this
cellular cleansing?
Yes.
Well, everybody's results vary. As Patty Conklin likes to say, she's got a file this thick of people who got well and a file this thick of people who died anyway.
Exactly. So it's another possibility.
It's a possibility. What I've seen, because I trained with Patty, I'm a certified associate and co-owner of her company. What I've seen myself in many, many, many people I've worked with in cellular cleansing is everybody gets something. It just may not be what they expected. But everybody gets something out of it. Maybe you thought you were going because you felt stress all the time. And you find instead that isn't really the issue. What you get is your music back or something.
You get your mojo working again.
Get your mojo in some way.
Well, great. Well, I really appreciate you sharing this. How can anyone get in touch with you if they have any other questions about you, the Conklin method, energy healing, hypnosis, the work you do, the dance competition where you're trying to be? What's a good way to get a hold of you?
The best way is probably email.
Okay, and
it's Doc Nancie, that's DOCNANCIE @AOL.com. Or I do have an email at Conklin Healing Within, which is also a good way to find out about the cellular cleansings especially, and that's Nancie, NANCIE, @ConklinHealingWithin.com. ConklingWithin.
Great. And for the visual people out there, I will have these links associated with this article on our website, which is www.chakra, CHAKRA, coach.com. It's all a great website. That's Chakra Coach.
Chakra Coach.
Yeah,
You're
Chakra Coach. Yes.
I love it.
All the energies. So I really appreciate you talking about this. And I just love to hear about miracles that happen with energy, because energy is all around us. It's just using it. How can we use it for our own benefit, for healing, for health, for maintaining health? And, you're just so wonderful, Dr. Nancie. Thank you very much.
You're wonderful.
Thanks.